Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be doing advanced tips and tricks. Before I did a normal tips and tricks video, but that was like a while ago. You should probably go and watch that one first. Okay, so first we're going to be doing bridging. So bridging, like, it's where you just bridge. But this one's going to be a bit different. We're going to be learning how to moonwalk. Moonwalking is where you basically run straight backwards except tap to the side. So you can tap A or D. It's your choice. I tap D, but you're going to basically run backwards like this and then tap D. So you're going to angle yourself at a point. So you want to angle yourself like this, where your crosshair is basically facing diagonally. So it's facing like, see, it's kind of facing diagonally, not like straight or sideways. It's just like in the middle. So you want to line it up like that, somewhere in the middle, and then you want to maybe a bit less, like a bit more to straight, farther away, like a bit more straight. So in the middle, in between these two, so between the middle and straight, like this. And then when you walk backwards, if you just normally walk backwards, you'll end up like over here. But then what you have to do is then you have to tap and then kind of stay on the platform like this. And you can just practice doing that. You can line yourself up where you can just make a long like path, and then you can just practice tapping like that. So, and then once you got that down, you can like kind of walk backwards and tap without falling off. Then what you can try to do is, so then the next step is basically placing blocks. How we're going to place blocks, and then after you learn how to place blocks, you can moonwalk. You can go like this. You tap, place blocks, then you like walk like that. So when you're running backwards and placing the blocks, you want to drag click. Now what drag clicking is, it's when on your mouse, instead of just normally clicking down like this, you can hear it here, you kind of drag your finger across. So it's like if you lightly line yourself up on something, like something bumpy. Let's say that you flatly line your finger up on that, and then you just drag down. You can try to do it normally. There's also different kinds of tape that you can use. You can attach tape to make it go better. You can just use electric tape. That works too. Or there's different kinds of tape that you can buy to make it easier. But you want to short drag. So you want to drag at the very end of your mouse. Like at the very end of the right click button. And then you want to time it. So every time that I'm at the edge of a block like this, I drag. And then I walk backwards, I tap, and then I drag again. So I have to just time it. So it's a thing that you kind of got to get a hang for. If you just do it a lot, you'll find the timing. First, I would suggest just kind of like clicking a lot and then like slowing it down kind of. So like drag clicking really fast and then just slowing it down slowly. If it doesn't, that doesn't work, try clicking maybe a little bit slower. And then see, I got 3 blocks that time. And then after a while, you might be able to go a bit farther. But with moonwalking, you can't just do it infinitely. You can't like go on into the sunset walking backwards. But what you gotta do is you gotta crouch run by like 8 or 7 blocks. That's what you wanna do. But it is possible to go farther than that, I think. I have. So I think you can. Maybe go like 12 blocks or something. But you want to just go 8 or 7 blocks and then crouch again. And some people count their blocks. They count when they get 8 blocks. I don't do that. I just kind of go till I get like roughly around 8 blocks. That's why I don't always get 8. So sometimes, like right now, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That time I got 6. So, and also, like on other methods, like God bridging maybe, you have to line up your crosshair on the top pixel. With moonwalking, not really. You just gotta line up somewhere in the middle. If you line it up too low, it's going to be like impossible. And if you line it up too high, it's also going to be hard. Like this. So what you want to do is you want to line it up like somewhere in the middle. It doesn't have to be exact. And then you can go longer distances. And yeah, that's moonwalking. You just kind of got to do it a lot and you'll get a hang for it. And yeah. Next up, we're going to do jitter bridging. So jitter bridging, it's where it's like where you build up like this. Like you build, oh, that was really bad. Wait. Okay, it's like if you're building up like this. So normally when you would do this, you would tab the jump button. So how you would do this normally, you can go and watch my other tips and tricks video and find out how. But you would line up to the edge of a block, jump and place 2 blocks up like this. Then go to the other edge, jump, like that. And there's a speed bridge version where you can do it while speed bridging. But the jitter bridge, it's a lot more messy and uses up a lot of blocks. But it's kind of just you, like, running back like this and just mashing your right click button. So here it looks like... So that's what a jitter bridge is. So you just kind of... but when you're jitter bridging, you don't want to tab the spacebar like this. You don't want to go like, whoa, 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 whoa. Because that's a lot harder. It's possible, but it's a lot harder. You want to hold the spacebar. It's a lot easier this way. It uses up a lot more blocks though. But if you hold the spacebar, you can go a lot farther. And you just kind of want to mash your right click button. However you want to do it, it's fine. I butterfly click though. I find it the easiest way. It's where I use both of my fingers, my pointer and my middle finger, to click both on the right click button. And then this is called butterfly clicking, and you can just like place blocks really quickly. And you can do that to do a jitter bridge like this. You can also, what you can do is like just jitter click, which is where you just like do it really quickly. And you can just click whatever you want basically. But you want to line up with the top pixel of the block. So this is like God bridging. You want to line up with the top pixel, and you can just run backwards, but it's like almost impossible. Maybe not impossible, but it's a lot harder. And you want to do kind of like a breezely bridge technique where you go from side to side like this. You like stray from side to side. You want to place blocks when you're on one edge. And what I mean is like how I'm going from side to side like this. When I'm on this edge, I got to place a block. And then on the next block, I got to go all the way across and then place a block here. And that's how I do it. I go like from side to side like this, and that's how I place the blocks. If you get good at it, you can do it like while just running backwards, and that's how you kind of want to do jitter bridging. You can just line up your crosshair anywhere, really. But like, it's a lot better to line it up. Like if you want to go maybe a bit longer distances, you want to line it up on the top pixel. And then you want to butterfly click or whatever click you want to do. And then you want to stray from side to side. And when you're on one side, you place a block. When you're on the other side, you place a block, kind of like that. And then you can just jitter bridge the skies. Okay, so that's all for bridging. It's just maybe a bit faster bridges. When you're doing stuff like jitter bridging and moonwalking, I don't suggest doing it like once you do 10 blocks, let's say. You're like, okay, I'm gonna go into Bedwars and do this. I'm gonna be amazing at the game. Look at me. I got my moonwalk down. Look. Yeah, that's not gonna work for you. So what you want to do instead is you want to learn how to do it consistently. So you can do it constantly. A decent moonwalk that can go pretty far. There's a Bedwars, and specifically Hypixel, there's a mode where you can go and practice. It's like a practice mode. Yeah, it's like a practice mode. And you can go into there and practice, and once you can make it to the other side of the island, that probably means that you can use moonwalking in Bedwars. If you can do it, let's say 3 times in a row, you can go and use it in Bedwars. So, yeah, let's move on to the next category. Okay, so this one is ladder clutching. So, if you don't know what it is, it's kind of like MLGing with a water bucket. Water bucket MLG. Whoops, I dropped my bucket. So it's kind of like doing an MLG with a water bucket, where, if you don't know what that is, just where you jump down, and then before you land, you place a water bucket, and that reduces your fall damage to nothing. But you can also do that with a ladder, because if you didn't know, if you land on a ladder, you don't take fall damage. So if you land on the edge of a block and place a ladder, then you don't take fall damage. And this is really good in Bedwars, because in Bedwars, once you place a water bucket, you can't pick it up, it disappears. And you do not want to be in a situation like this. Okay, landing on your bed, now I'm going to get your bed. And then you can't break it because there's water, and then you die, and then everything just doesn't go your way. So, instead, at plus, it's a lot cheaper to use a ladder. So you just want to use ladders instead, generally. And then you can do stuff like this. You can land. Whoops. like that. You can land without taking fall damage. And if you guys think I'm creative, I never take fall damage. But if I land without the ladder, look at all these particles. So if I land without those particles, like I did that last time, that way I know that I didn't take fall damage. And this is really good if you're really high up and you got to get down to that bed and there's like somebody else there. So what you could do, you could just jump down like this off of your pillar. Like that, and it'll be really quick and it'll be really effective. But what you could also do is you can just jump straight down ladder clutch. So they won't be expecting this, then you can just jump down, get a ladder clutch, and they'll be like, wow, why are you alive? And then you can hit them away, break their bed, and then kill them. And then you win. You win the game right there. It's the game winner move. Also, it's good if you're like fighting really high into the sky. So like you're fighting in the air, you're fighting something, then they hit you off, then you're like, ah! And then you mess it up, and then you die, and your game's over. It's really good if you're like fighting somebody really high up, and then they hit you off, and then you can get a ladder clutch, and you're alive. And then they're probably stuck up there. So that's another really good way to do it. And yeah, that's all for this category, ladder clutching. You just want to practice it. Like, it's not too hard, but you want to be like a block away like this. Maybe not a block away, but yeah, a block away. Like, you want to place it when you're still falling like this, because that's the only place that you can place it. And you want to not land on top of the ladder like this, because you can go on top of a ladder. So you don't want to land on top of a ladder. You want to land like right beside the ladder. So you want to be in the perfect spot where you can place the ladder when you're falling down and land above it. Anyways, we're going to move on to the next category. This one's block clutching. So block clutching is where you just block clutch. I covered this in the last video. Go and check it out. But what it is you can just block clutch with one block like this, and it's fine. Like, somebody hits you off, and you're like, ah! And you block clutch, and then you hit them off. So that's just like normal block clutching. You can do that. It's not too hard. But then you can also two block extension clutch. It's just where you place two blocks like that. So now I'm alive, even though they hit me off two blocks. So yeah, that's how you can do it. And a good way to practice is like going on a bridge and then building off like this. Then you have this little thing here, and you stand here, and then like you can get a friend or something. They can stand here, and they have to hit you off. And then if they hit you off, so like they're hit you off, then you try to block clutch like that. And this is a really good way to practice block clutching. And also they can also not tell you when you do it, so that it's like more unpredictable. So you can also do that. And also there's this really good game mode on Hypixel. But there's this game mode in duels. It's called Bridge. And you can go into there. And it's just a really good place to practice block clutching, because it's basically just this really long bridge, and there's two goals, and you just got to run across the bridge and kill the other person. And it's really good for block clutching, because you can get block clutches like this, and it's also farther down, so you might even get like longer down block clutches, but that's not very realistic for Bedwars. But yeah, and there's another really good thing that you can do for Bedwars. If there's like a tall wall, it doesn't necessarily have to be like this, but you can run across the side. You can go like this with blocks. That was very good. But you can like jump, and you can just run across the wall like this. In one of the montages that I made, I did this, and it's just really effective, and I got a person's bed after doing that. So it's like a really good move, and not many people can like keep up with you if you do this move, because like you can jump like this, then do the move, and everybody else that are gonna be like standing here, and they're just gonna be like, what? Because you just went all around them. So yeah, that's really all for block clutching and stuff, and we're gonna move on to the next category. Okay, this one is called double jumping. So double jumping, so you guys probably know a jump, like when you jump on top of a block. So this is one way of double jumping. You can just go like this, and then you basically do a double jump, because you get like one block higher. So then if there's a 2-block platform, you can just go like that, and you can get over top of it. But you can also make that 2-block platform. If you jump onto here, and then build 2 blocks, then you can go like this. Then you can get up really high places. You can go like this, place 2 blocks, and then like that. But that's pretty slow. At that point, you might as well just run up and do this. So what you want to do instead is, while you're in the air, you place the other 2 blocks. Apparently not make the jump. Or you can go like that. And that's a lot quicker, and you can get up really high places like that. So what you want to do, you want to look a bit ahead. Don't place it like right below. You don't want to go like this. Like, it might work like that, but then it's just going to be too far. You're not going to even jump off it, and it's just going to be like that. So you want to put your crosshair a bit forward. So you can only do this with 2 blocks. Because with 3 blocks, you can make it, but it's a lot harder to do 3 blocks. But I just don't suggest doing 3 blocks. There's like no situation where you would need to do 3 blocks, and it's almost impossible. Because that becomes a 4-block jump. Because this is up 1, this is 3 away. And that's the maximum jump, so it's just really hard to do. But it is possible. I just don't suggest doing it. So what's the best way to do it? The best way to do it is to go like this, 2 blocks away from each other. So you look 2 blocks ahead, and then you kind of place a block while you're still on here. So you place a block while you're still on here, and then you jump over and place another block. So then you place a block, and then place another block. And it's actually not really that hard. You can also place them both while you're in the air. If you're not as, like, you can do it less calculated by going like that. And then just going doo-doo. Like that. So you go like boop, doo-doo. Like that. And since you just placed this block, you probably won't be able to look like ahead and do it. So you will most of the time have to, like, do while you're in the air. And when you're at the second block, just kind of place them both. Or maybe when you're at, like, the first block, like that. So then, but if there's, like, already a block here, like, you didn't place that block, you can just go like this and then jump over. And it's just a lot faster to do that. So yeah, that's double jumping. So this is all the stuff that I wanted to show. There's nothing else that I was gonna show. If you guys think that there's something else that I should do, then tell me, and I'll do something else. But that's all there is for this video. Go and watch the other one, and yeah, see you guys later.